Imagine two blokes walking into a local pub. The first bloke earns $180,000 a year. He drives a brand new Land Cruiser, lives in a massive 5-bedroom house in a fancy suburb, and wears a watch that quietly screams he has made it. The second bloke earns $75,000 a year. He drives a 10-year-old Toyota Hilux, owns a modest 3-bedroom brick veneer, and still checks the half-price specials at Woolies every time he goes shopping. Here is the twist. If both of these blokes lost their jobs tomorrow morning, the first bloke would be completely bankrupt in 6 weeks. The second bloke could survive without a paycheck for 2 years.
So, who is actually wealthy? This is the uncomfortable truth nobody likes to talk about in Australia. Your salary is not your wealth. Once you understand how the financial system actually works, you will never look at money the same way again. Nobody tells you this when you sign your first employment contract. Your salary is just the speed at which money passes through your hands on its way to becoming someone else's property. Today, we are going to look at why the Australian system keeps you broke and what the people who actually build wealth are doing differently.
Let us start with a brutal fact. Wealth is not what you earn. Wealth is what you keep, what you own, and what pays you money when you are asleep. Your income is just a tap pouring water into a bucket. Wealth is the amount of water you actually keep inside the bucket. If you have massive holes in the bottom, it does not matter how fast the tap is running. You will always be empty. The Australian economy is perfectly engineered to put massive holes in your bucket. Look at the numbers. A typical full-time Australian earns around $90,000 a year. But you never see that money. The Australian Taxation Office takes a massive slice. The Medicare levy takes a cut. If you have a HECS debt, that takes another chunk. Your take-home pay is drastically lower than the number on your contract.
Then you have to survive. The average rent or mortgage payment in Australia is eating up half the average wage. Add your council rates, power bills, groceries and petrol. Suddenly, a worker earning $90,000 is left with just a few $100 at the end of the month. Most people stop thinking about their finances right here. They earn money, they spend money, and they repeat the cycle. They do this for 40 years until they hit age 67. Then they suddenly discover the age pension pays about $28,000 a year for a single person, which does not even cover basic survival. A high salary feels like wealth because it lets you buy things. But buying things is consumption. It is not accumulation. Confusing those two words is the difference between retiring with total freedom and working until your knees completely give out.
Australia has built a remarkably efficient system for separating workers from their money. It is not a secret conspiracy, it is just decades of government policy. The first mechanism is the stealth tax. The Australian income tax system is progressive. You pay zero tax on your first $18,200, then you pay 16%, then 30%, then 37%, and finally 45% on the highest slice of your income. That sounds fair on paper, but inflation creates a massive trap called bracket creep.
When the cost of living goes up, your boss might give you a 4% pay rise just to help you cover the grocery bill. Your actual purchasing power has not improved at all, but that pay rise pushes your income into a higher tax bracket. You are now paying 37 cents in the dollar on that extra money. Your lifestyle did not improve, but the government is automatically taking a larger slice of your paycheck. The politicians do not even have to pass a new law to raise your taxes. They just let inflation do the dirty work for them. Millions of ordinary Aussies are paying top-tier tax rates that used to be reserved entirely for the wealthy.
The second mechanism keeping you broke is the housing trap. Australia has a complete cultural obsession with property.
Due to restrictive zoning laws and negative gearing policies, we have created one of the most expensive housing markets on the planet. An average house now costs 10 to 12 times the average annual wage. To buy a basic home, you need a deposit of $100,000. Saving that money while paying extreme rent prices takes the average person over a decade. Here is the cruel joke. If you do not buy a house, you are forced to rent. Renting means your hard-earned salary is building equity for your landlord's retirement. You are funding their future, getting nothing in return except the right to sleep under their roof until they decide to increase your rent.
If you do buy a house, you take on a 30-year debt sentence. For the first 10 years of a standard mortgage, almost every dollar you pay goes straight to bank interest. You are barely touching the actual principal. The bank owns the house. You just own the massive liability of paying the council rates, the insurance premiums and the maintenance bills. The third mechanism is not the government's fault. It is a human character flaw. It is called lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep happens when your expenses automatically expand to match your new income. You earn $60,000 and you survive. You get a promotion to $100,000 and somehow within 6 months you are spending exactly $100,000. You buy the newer car, you move to a nicer suburb, you take holidays that require a long-haul flight, you sign up for 5 different streaming subscriptions you barely watch.
The credit industry feeds on this weakness. The average Australian household is drowning in credit card debt and personal loans. Buy now, pay later schemes have completely trapped the younger generation. People are spending money they have not even earned yet. You can financially ruin your entire retirement one simple tap of your card at a time. So, what does actual wealth look like in Australia? Wealth is the accumulation of assets that hold their value, grow over time, or pay you passive income. Wealth is measured by your net worth. It is what you own minus what you owe. It is never measured by your salary. The bloke earning $180,000 a year who spends $178,000 of it to pay off his massive mortgage and 2 car loans is not wealthy. He is simply a high-income earner. Those are 2 completely different things. The bloke earning $75,000 who quietly saves 20% of his wage, owns a modest home outright and pumps extra cash into his superannuation is wealthy. He is building a financial fortress. It is boring and it is not flashy, but it works. The tools to build real wealth in Australia are incredibly simple, but they are psychologically difficult because you have to delay your instant gratification. Your most powerful tool is superannuation. Super is the greatest legal tax haven available to the Australian middle class. When you salary sacrifice extra money into your super, that money is only taxed at 15%. If you took it as normal pay, the ATO would tax you at 30 or 37%. You instantly win. When you turn 60 and officially retire, the rules get even better. You can move your super into an account-based pension. Inside that pension phase, your investment earnings are taxed at exactly 0%. You pay 0 tax on your dividends and 0 capital gains tax when your fund sells shares. A high-income earner who ignores their super is committing financial suicide. It is the equivalent of your boss offering you a massive bonus and you politely refusing it. The government has handed you a tool to legally hide your money from the ATO. Use it. None of this is just pure mathematics. The reason people fail to build wealth is entirely a framing problem.
We are taught by television commercials to think about money in terms of monthly payments. We ask, can I afford the weekly payment on this new car? Wealthy people do not think like that. They think in terms of their balance sheet. They ask, what does buying this car do to my total net worth over the next 10 years? They understand opportunity cost. Financially successful Australians are rarely the ones on the highest salaries. The statistics prove this. The people who win are the ones who deliberately manage the gap between what they earn and what they spend. They take that gap and invest it quietly.
We hate talking about money in this country. It is considered rude. Because we do not talk about it, financial ignorance spreads perfectly unchallenged. Meanwhile, the blokes who figured out the rules are quietly pumping their super, ignoring the flashy cars and retiring 15 years earlier than their mates. Your salary is just the starting block. It is the raw material. The entire Australian economy is designed to extract that material from your pocket and give it to someone who already owns assets. But you do not have to play their game. Compound interest is extraordinary if you give it time. The difference between a bloke who understands this at age 40 and a bloke who figures it out at age 60 is literally hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Your salary is not your wealth. But if you have discipline, it absolutely can become your wealth. Stop spending every cent trying to look rich to neighbours you do not even like. Next time you see a bloke driving a $100,000 car, remember the truth. You are not seeing his wealth. You are seeing his income. And those two things are rarely the same. If everything stopped tomorrow, how long would you survive? That answer is your true financial position. If this video changed the way you view your paycheck, hit the like button and drop a comment below. If you want to support an old bloke keeping the financial industry honest, click the join button below and become a member of the channel. I'm the Retired Aussie, and I will see you in the next one.